Kevin Mayo, and today we're drinking Brown's Brewing Coast to Coast IPA. Brown's Brewing's out of Troy, New York. They're actually one of the real pioneers up that way. I didn't realize that until I just looked them up. They opened the brewery in Troy, the original brewery in Troy, different names, but the original brewery opened in Troy in 1993. So anybody that's been around since 1993 has really been in the business a long time and has brewed a ton of beer, and we all owe them a debt of gratitude that really kick off the craft beer revolution, where now we're up. Last I knew we were over 5,000 breweries. We're probably at 6,000 breweries. Can't even keep up. Every time I turn around, there's a new one, either around where I grew up or around where I live now, stuff like that. It is 6.25% alcohol by volume, 60 IBUs, and you're about to open a can of the independently brewed India Pale Ale by Brown's Brewing Company with a mighty malty backbone. This trend-defying, very drinkable IPA seeks to celebrate hop flavors of bitterness and juice from both coasts and of this great beer-producing nation. So they're trying to really split the difference between East Coast IPA and West Coast IPA? Don't know. We'll see. Go ahead and give it a crack. As always, if you like the reviews, go ahead and subscribe. We're always looking for new friends. And go ahead and leave comments, because we love talking about beer. Not an overly aggressive pour by me, but then again, I don't tend to be a fairly aggressive pour in general, though we are getting quite a bit ahead on this one. First off, the head looks more tan than white. It is hazy, fair amount of bubbles streaming up through it, and it is on the darker, more towards orange size in color. And like I said, quite a bit of bubbles streaming up through it. Let's do the aroma. Wow. So first off, I get a real nice bready, malty backbone. They were true to the can with that. And then I get I got a hint of pine. And some citrus, grapefruity, orange, kind of like split the middle. It's really not grapefruit, really not orange, but kind of split the middle, so say citrus. Yeah. So malty background, I had just a hint of the pine, and some nice citrus notes in the aroma. I don't know how old it is, that's the only thing I couldn't find. We got a 6-pack box. There's nothing on the box for the can by date and nothing on the cans themselves. So let's go ahead and give it a taste. So again, true to what they're saying. The first thing I get is a nice hint of that nice toffee malt, which I find a lot of IPAs don't have enough of a malt background. They're brewing them too thin. I actually think what happens is a lot of people forget the importance of the malt. We become so hop driven in our chase for the next IPA, and I drink as many IPAs as anyone, but we become so hop driven, and then we'll have the hop of the moment type thing where everybody's jumping all over the new hot hop. You know, Citra was one like a year and a half, 2 years ago. Everybody had, I got to brew a Citra beer. Mosaic, I got to brew a Mosaic beer. So everybody's chasing the hop, and I think the malt gets forgotten, just like I think the yeast gets forgotten, where different yeast can make a huge difference in the flavors. But so the malt gets forgotten. And I think you get a lot of, I don't know if thin's the right word, but really not enough backbone to stand up to the hops that you're putting into it. So anyway, that all being said, this beer has a nice malt background. The first thing you get is a bready caramel taste. Then I get some nice bittering. Hint of pine. And right on the tip of the tongue, just a little bit of orange juice. So it doesn't seem to hold up flavor-wise. I shouldn't say it doesn't hold up. It's probably the wrong word. It's not a fruit juice bomb. But it's also not a wicked bitter West Coast IPA. They are trying to really spread the difference. So it's kind of a more of a closer, I would say maybe closer to a original traditional East India Pale Ale, more of a British style India Pale Ale, where it's more about the malt background with some bitterness than it is about being a true hop haven, hop nirvana, hop, or a hop bomb is the one that we traditionally go to, or there's been more than a few, there's just been a real hop mess. So think of it more as a traditional English style IPA. And that being said, I like it. It doesn't have the over-the-top flavors. I think it's 6.5% alcohol, so it's reasonably sessionable. It's quite drinkable. This is a beer more that you want to drink and enjoy than you want to drink and savor. So score-wise, it's a solid B. We'll say an 85 out of 100. Till next time, keep drinking.